Asked we would have people come up and testify and share what the Lord is doing in their life. And so we're going to be starting those up again. And tonight we have someone very special that's going to share a little bit of her testimony. This woman is very important in my life. We've been through a journey together. She's been what I call one of my rocks, and God has just done an amazing work in her life, and I'm so happy to announce Christine up here. Amen.
I just want to share a little bit about my my life, and you know, I lived a real dark life, and I was addicted to a lot of things, you know, and I gave my life to the Lord, and I gave my life to the Lord about 4 years ago. But before that, I went home. I was homeless on the streets, and I was homeless on the streets, and I was just living a crazy life, and oh my gosh, I made a choice to leave the streets and to walk home to my godmother's house, my Nina's, and I asked her if I could spend a night, you know, if I can come and live with her, and she told me that I could spend a night. So I spent the night, and from that day on, you know, she told me that I had to leave the next morning, and I was just like, well, where am I gonna go, you know? And she's like, well, I gotta go to school. And so I ended up just going outside, you know, and from right there, my cousin walked up, you know, and he told me that, what was I doing outside, you know? And he told me to get in the house. So I got in the house, and we're just talking, you know, and he told me that like, he was just telling me that he believed in me, you know, because I was like out there living this crazy life and doing drugs and drinking every day. And he told me that he believed in me, you know, and once he believed in me, I believed in myself, you know. So he left that morning, and I remember getting on my knees, and I cried out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and I told him, you know, to break every chain, every stronghold, and every family curse, you know, and you know, from that day on, I got 5 years clean and sober September 3rd, you know. But that first year was a struggle, you know. That first year, I had anxiety and panic attacks every single day, you know. The furthest I can go was to the street, you know, no. The furthest I could go is hang my clothes on the line. I couldn't even take the trash out to the street, you know. That's how bad it was for me, you know. And, you know, I stood in the house for a year, and I didn't go to the store. I didn't go nowhere, you know. I was so scared, and it's crazy is a friend of mine came over, and he told me, you know, come on, let's go. And I'm like, you're tripping, you know. And I remember him telling me that he was going to take me to the store. He would buy me anything, you know. And that's a blessing, because I didn't think I was ever going to leave the house, you know. And it's awesome is because today he's here, my friend David, you know. That's my best friend, you know. We're doing this together, you know, and it's awesome, you know. It's crazy how the Lord works in our life, you know. It's crazy how the Lord puts all these good people in my life, you know. I have a lot of I got a lot of good friends, family. I call them family now, you know. And you know, but the first year, I didn't have my kids in my life. I didn't even know where my oldest daughter was, you know. I didn't see my kids for about 6 years. Everything's just all bad. I'm just running the streets, you know. And my daughter called me that first week that I went home, and she told me, I was like, where are you? And she told me where she was and stuff. And from that day on, I already knew I was going to stay clean and sober, you know. And I went down there a few months later, and it's crazy is because the day that I seen my daughter, my anxiety and panic attacks all went away, you know, just from that day, you know. while I was out there, I started talking to my mom. She calls me and she's like wondering why I'm not talking to my younger daughter, you know. And it's crazy is because the Lord lined it all up for me. He restored my whole family. I got 4 kids. I got 2 daughters and 2 sons, and they're all back in my life. I was there. I was there when my daughter had my grandson, and he'll be 3 in November 7th. He'll be 3 years old, and he never seen me drinking or using, you know. That's a blessing. You know, there's so many blessings that I have from every which way, you know. I got a job today. I got a car today. I got love I love myself today, you know. That's the best thing about it all is loving yourself. And just, you know, I still remember the day when I got back from Arizona. I remember the day that my friend, he texts me and he says, hey, do you want to go to church? And I'm like, church, you know? He's like, yeah, Crossroads, let's go to Crossroads. And I'm like, I don't got a car. And he's like, well, I'll pick you up. And it was kind of crazy because then he picks me up and I'm just like, what the heck? Who are these people, you know? But it was crazy because that's the day that I knew that the Lord was changing my life little by just being around people that I wasn't used to being around, you know. And, you know, Brother Cosmo brought me to the Lord, you know. I would go to Crossroads with him every Monday, you know, and we started talking and just hanging out more and more, you know, and you know, and that's another one that believed in me, you know. He would always call me and make sure that I'm doing good and everything, and that's just a blessing within itself for someone to show you that they love you so much, you know. I met a lot of beautiful people. You know, Sister Tony's one big one in my life that she's like, we come together and you know, all our problems we don't have no problems because we're just living life to the fullest and loving life. And, you know, these people in my life, they show me what real love is, you know, like, because before you always had to give something for something, you know, and these people, you don't got to give nothing besides your love, your time, and just be there for them and like they are for you, you know. But, you know, I don't know, I got a lot of great people in my life today, and man, so I got all my kids back in my life, right? And I'm doing the deal, you know, and I'm going to my meetings and I'm going to church, but I still remember the day when Cosmo, he tells me, well, you only go to Crossroads, that's not even church, you know. And I'm like, it's church to me, you know, we're fellowshipping, you know. And it's funny is because he's like, let's go to Gravity, you know. This is my church, so I go to Gravity. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And ever since the first day I came to Gravity, I felt so like home. You know, they treat me with love and respect. They greet you, the pastors greet you, they love on you, they pray for you. All the people like, you know, it's funny is how I'm a really shy person, you know, and but I could be up here right now and talk and feel comfortable and look at all you guys because you guys are my family and I love you guys, you know, and it's a blessing, you know. You know, the Lord's been working in my life a lot, you know. I don't know, I've been praying for my friends and it's crazy is all the friends that I pray for, like a lot, they're all here with me today, you know, and it's crazy how the Lord will guide them and protect them and watch over them and bring them where they need to be, you know, here at church, you know. I don't know, I just love you guys. Thank you.